I break down all those questions that you, the seller, might have. Get to know how HSI Home Scout Investing works with homeowners such as yourself. In today's episode, we're going to talk about all those companies we buy houses. Are they credible? And if so, how do you know the difference? So let's jump right into the episode. All right. So let's say that, you're driving around your hometown. Chances are you've seen those billboards advertising companies that buy houses, right? You see those signs. We buy houses, cash for your house. Yeah, they're out there. But unfortunately, there are people out there that just want to take advantage of an individual's binding circumstance. Instead of being that helping hand that they claim to be, they're actually vultures circling an alien animal. And I literally call them vultures. Because why do I say that? It's because when they know someone's in a really tight spot, they like to swoop on in, pose as, that they're there to save the day, but in fact they are there to poach. They want to get your house for the cheapest price, have you walk away with a couple of $1,000s as they go on and make huge profit margins. I've seen it. It's a terrible thing, and unfortunately people practice it. So how do you know if you're going to work with the reputable home buying company? Well, sometimes, let's be honest, they all look the same from the start. But below, I'm going to show you below the surface, they look the same, but below the surface, you get to see like some of the real dirty things that they do. And how can you, the homeowner, avoid a lot of these situations, right? The saying that, one bad apple spoils the bunch. Unfortunately, it's true. It's true. Meaning that home buying has gotten a bad rap over the years because of this situation. But I'm here to show you some of the red flags you want to look out for and some of the questions you should be asking when it comes to, working with a company that, buy homes. But I don't want to focus too much on the negative, right? Too much of that will turn anybody off, completely off. It might even can turn you off from working with credible companies like Home Scout Investing. And I definitely don't want to do that. So first we're going to cover some of the things that real reputable home buyers are doing out here, in society. Because you have a social obligation as a trusted home buying company. The first thing is that you're just improving lives and giving families, giving them access to the money that they're already sitting on, that's called their property, pulling out that equity, getting the money right away, because we know things happen in life, circumstances happen, things like unexpected medical expenses, or you may have to relocate to be, with a loved one who may be ailing. But we make that happen, and good home buying companies make that happen in a relatively short amount of time, weeks, not months. And deliver a peace of mind to a lot of families. Another one is that a good home buying company is helping the seller get rid of a burden property without any hassle. Well, what I mean by no hassle is we're home buyers. We're not listing agents. We're not brokers. So we're not going to put your house on the multiple listing service where, you have to wait for a buyer to come to you. We are the buyers, and one great thing about working with a reputable home buying company is that you're not going to pay any commissions. You're not going to have to pay any closing costs when it comes to the transactions. Those are things you don't want to do. And another big factor when it comes to reputable home buying companies is that it's about creating local jobs. Because as a house is being flipped, we're hiring plumbers, contractors, electricians. We're working with title reps. We're dealing with loan officers. We're dealing with administrators. All, people from all walks of life when it comes to, things of that nature. And more importantly is that when we do work with the plumbers, the contractors, and the builders, is that we want to make sure that we're dealing with specifically companies that buy U.S. products. That's really important to us. That also is a part of the larger, greater economy. The timber mills, the factories, the supply shops, the distribution centers. I think it's your corporate duty to continue to, make the U.S. economy boom. To make it having steady improvement and, all the way across the board. Another big thing that reputable home buying companies do is increase the value of the neighborhood. Now, being that you're the home seller, you won't be there anymore, but the fact is you understand that you're handing off the property to a company that's going to beautify the community and bring a lot of value back to the community. You never know. You still may have loved ones and a lot of friends who still live in that neighborhood. So you want to be able to see that you dealt with a company who brought a lot of value to the neighborhood. Beautification is really, really important when you're dealing with reputable home buying companies. Another big aspect that good reputable companies do is they increase the tax base. You say, how does that happen? Well, when the house is improved value, the improved value, they pay a higher tax rate. And so those taxes go right back into the community. They go back into the schools. They go back to the fire department, to the police department, the local libraries, improving the streets and all other valuable pieces of infrastructure within the community, right? I think that's some pretty cool stuff. Wouldn't you think the same? I think you do, right? So these are some of the things that you should look for when dealing or looking to deal with a reputable local home buying company. I think some very important things to do are ask open-ended questions. You want to do things like how do you help your clients overall? What do you do for the people? Do you just buy the house, or do you have any added value? What you want to deal with companies who really will go the extra mile, not just buy a house. And you might have a situation that's been there, that you've been having to deal with for a long time. Maybe you're not, may not be in the best of health, but yet you need help moving out furniture and things of that nature. Well, reputable home buying companies don't mind dealing with that. You ask questions like, can you tell me more about your services? What aspects of your business, makes you proudest? Ask these type of questions to these companies and people that that you might be thinking about dealing with. Also, you can ask them how these are some of the telltale signs. Really, at the end of the day, these are like telltale signs, and they're going to really reveal who they are at the core of their business. These are also some shady practices that you probably want to look out for. Kitchen table closings. Now, any reputable home buying company is going to deal with you in a transaction at a title company, not at the kitchen table. If someone wants you to just sign over your deed, which is the ownership to your home, like in your living room, you don't want to deal with people like that. It does happen and it does occur, but you definitely don't want to deal with people like that. Most reputable companies, like I said, they go to that third party, insured title company or a closing agent, depending on what state you're in. It could be a closing agent or a closing attorney, as we say. And they should never, here's another telltale sign, if anyone is pressuring you for a fast closing, watch out for that. Definitely a red flag. Most home buying companies will, make sure that you can close between 7 and 21 days. But if anyone is telling you, I need an answer within the next day or two, you probably want to look out for that. No one should be putting pressure on you to make a decision. If anything, they say, I'll probably get back to us in about 4 or 5 days, because most, local home buyers, they have budgets too, and they have budgets and they have multiple houses that they might be looking to buy, and so they definitely want to make sure that they get a decent amount of turnaround when it comes to the homeowner deciding if they're going to buy or not. But the thing about the scammer is they're looking for the quick score. So they want everything to be fast, fast, fast. There's an appropriate amount of speed when it comes to a transaction in selling your home, even with a home buying company. If they're applying the pressure, you want to watch out for those. So true investors like run an honest, open, transparent, ethical buying services. They're there to build long-term business and relationships and community development. So these are some of the things you want to definitely look out when dealing with those We Buy Houses company. Never be afraid to ask questions. So that's it for this episode of the Seller's Corner. I look forward to seeing you again. Be ready for the next episode. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call Home Scout Investing, because we can help you. We are one of those companies. We take a lot of pride in our integrity. You can reach us at 844-602-5765. Or you can definitely look us up and look at our website, www.homescoutinvesting.com. Do the Google search, get to know us, give us a call. Anytime you're ready to sell that house, we're ready to buy. Until next time, Seller's Corner. P.S. Make sure you check us out on all our other social media outlets. You can get a hold of us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube, where you can get all the other episodes of the Seller Corner and much more about Home Scout Investing. And make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified anytime we bring out new content for you, the seller.